We are here today at Jurong Lake Gardens in Singapore, one of the places I really like to come to during lunchtime for a peace and quiet walk. Yes, you heard right, lunchtime. This is a negative demonstration of what you should never do, at least not without sunblock. The time now is 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and just by standing here, you can feel the heat. And if you look around me, there is absolutely nobody in sight. Most people in Singapore are smart. They know that the UVI is the highest between 10 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. If you check on the NEA website, it is frequently hovering above the 6th level, which is the high to extremely high risk zones. Now, what is UVI? It is the Ultraviolet Index, which is a measure of the intensity of the radiation and the risk of harm to our eyes and our skin. The sun emits three main types of UV radiation: UVA, B, and C. C is largely absorbed by the ozone layer, so we don't really have to worry much about that. But UVA contributes to aging and UVB contributes to burns. UVA is the one that can penetrate through your clouds and your windows, so be careful. If you think that you are indoors protected, you are actually not if you are not wearing sunscreen. And UVB is the one that causes burns, especially between 10 to 4 p.m. Prolonged UV exposure leads to collagen and elastin breakdown, which contributes to 80 to 90% of the visible aging that you see. It also results in uneven skin tone and pigmentation. And most dangerous of all, they can cause DNA mutation, which results in different types of skin cancer. That is why it is extremely important for you to put on sunblock even though it's a cloudy day, because UV radiation is invisible and the damage is often accumulated. Now, how do you choose a sunblock? There are three main things that I usually look out for: the UVA radiation protection, which is the PA. Try to get one that has 4 pluses. UVB protection comes in SPF. SPF 30 protects you from about 97% of the radiation, whereas SPF 50 protects up to 98%. And last but not least, choose a sunblock that you will want to use often. There are two types of filters in sunblocks. Either they are chemical or they are physical. For chemical protection, you need to apply at least 15 minutes before you go outdoors. These are usually lighter and blend better with makeup. However, some people with sensitive skin may react to it, so choose one that you are comfortable with. Whereas for physical protection, they usually leave a white tint. So some people like that, but for myself, I don't. But it protects you immediately once you apply. Now, after buying the sunblock, it is also very important how you use it to make it effective and to make sure you get adequate protection. Use the correct amount, about 2 finger lengths, so that it can cover your whole face. Make sure to include your ears, the back of your ears, your neck, and the back of your hands as well. Now, I used to think that was too much sunscreen until I found out that if you use anything lesser and it doesn't cover your skin enough, it's actually cheating yourself. So for example, you might buy a SPF 50 sunblock, but you end up applying just a little bit and it gives you a SPF 10 protection. If you are doing high intense work with a lot of sweating and swimming, you might want to consider reapplying every 1 to 2 hours, or at least an add-on spray on top of your makeup. If you like to suntan, my one piece of advice for you is don't, please. You might like the bronze tan skin now, but it's actually a sign of UV damage to your skin. So in the long run, you're actually accumulating UV damage. If you really want a tan color, just use sun tanning products instead. Also, a word about oral supplements with photoprotective effects. Some of my clients have told me that they have found products on the market claiming to be able to protect them against the sun. Usually these are not FDA approved, and at most they provide you with about 3 to 6% of SPF equivalent. So these are usually plant-derived vitamins or antioxidants that can help to fight UV damage. Use them as adjuncts and not as your primary sunscreen. Do share with me in the comments what type of sunscreen you like the most and the places you like to go to for a nice and peaceful stroll with your sunscreen on. See you the next time. Bye bye.